enough of that.
Yeah, that's right! You scrapped at the wrong gal! Woo! Yeah. Summons me from my ethereal wanderings. Luzar. What kind of beast is this? Paxel Tech. I can share my wanderings with you. But first, I seek the knowing, the truth of nature held within your ark. You want to answer? So I will ask. Answer these questions true, sweet beast, so that your ark may be known and your eye may open. And do choose wisely. Answer from your heart. A handsome and powerful god visits Yaesha with the promise to eradicate conflict, disease, and all suffering. In return, he demands a sacrifice. The life of a single, young Pan. Do you give him what he asks? Oh, what fun this is! You are a key witness in the trial of a thief. The thief stole money from a market, but then donated all of the stolen coin to a neglected orphanage. Telling the truth, even the whole truth, will end with the thief in jail and the stolen coin returned to its proper owners. Do you report the thief, or allow the poor orphans to keep the coin. Well done. You are an innkeeper. One of your loyal patrons proclaims he is to be imprisoned 2 days hence for a crime of which he is innocent. In his final days of freedom, he plans to poison those who have wrongly accused him. You know he speaks true, but you can stop him. A simple slip of Kyber seed powder into his next drink, and he will be bedridden but otherwise unharmed for days. Do you poison him? Or do you turn a blind eye to his plots of revenge? Now let me think. Oh yes! Consider that it is you who discovers the Thane, the tree that offers immortality to all who eat its fruit. You could share this gift with all, but doing so may lead to war and embitterment, to the immortality of those who do not deserve it and will only abuse eternal life. Or you could limit immortality to the deserving and thus, through the deserving, bring a better life for all. Do you give immortality to all, or only a chosen few? Fascinating. It has been prophesied that your son would someday bring about a great calamity. Because of this prophecy, a warlord tried to kill him when he was just an infant. Now that your son is grown, he believes the prophecy to be true. He courageously plans to give himself up to the warlord to save the world from the foretold calamity. Do you allow your son to sacrifice himself? Or stop him in order to save his life? The root had consumed her. She suffered in that form. You have freed her on behalf of all of my sisters. Thank you. Keep her ring and treasure it with our gratitude. Truly? Thank you, sweet beast. You will be forever honored among us. However, I cannot let you go empty-handed. You should have this. Now, what can I do for you? You stand before Medra, spirit of the natural world, eternal life. Or you could limit immortality to the deserving, and thus, through the deserving, bring a better life for all. Do you give immortality to all, or only a chosen few? Fascinating. It has been prophesied that your son would someday bring about a great calamity. Because of this prophecy, a warlord tried to kill him when he was just an infant. Now that your son is grown, he believes the prophecy to be true. He courageously plans to give himself up to the warlord to save the world from the foretold calamity. Do you allow your son to sacrifice himself? Or stop him in order to save his life? I see. You have chosen your path, sweet beast. Your heart is true. May the power of the doe's eye free you from your incarnate shackles. In the arc of every being, there are two eyes. We may see out of either, but most favor one over the other. The Ravager's eye is dynamic, driven, and endlessly hungry. Yet for all its power, its vision is clouded. The eye of the Ravager rarely sees beyond its own satiation, Like an animal chasing its tail, it knows no rest. The doe's eye sees only what is before it. The gift of the doe is subtle, easily missed. It is a most mysterious presence inside oneself, conferring power without force, just as the doe itself cannot be sought, nor tracked, nor hunted. By answering true, sweet beast, you give me a wink, and now the gifts of your dominant eye will be open to you. Would you care to hear a tale? It is about those who see as you do. I will tell you of Ramaril, the servant child of the Vaunt. I found Ramaril as a babe, large and angry as only a hungry babe can be. Nothing became of him, as it happened. He grew from a great, crying babe to a great, quiet Pan. He served without word or complaint. None knew his name, for though one might thank the creator of a meal or a washroom, who even considers the child who merely cleans up after? When the Krell came, they laid siege to the temple. None could escape nor call for help. All were doomed. The doe's eye opened in Ramaril that day. He was no fighter and had no training of any kind. But he lifted the largest shield he could find and told the others to run once he'd made away. He drove dozens of Krell over a cliff, and himself with them. Later, his masters came to me seeking to know more of this boy who had saved them, whom I had laid at their doorstep. I told them many stories. One might even consider them true. Before we go any further, I must ask. I sense you carrying something. Something that belonged to my sister. That ring. Why do you have it? It is my sister's ring. This can only mean one thing. You killed her. Ah, then mortal misunderstands. What you destroyed was not my sister. Not as I knew her. The root had consumed her. She suffered in that form. You have freed her on behalf of all of my sisters. Thank you. Keep her ring and treasure it with our gratitude. Truly? Thank you, sweet beast. You will be forever honored among us. However, I cannot let you go empty-handed. You should have this. Now, what can I do for you? You stand before Medra, spirit of the natural world, daughter of stem and stream. My sisters and I are the glorious weavers of all wild beauty. When mountain, spring, and sturdy tree trunk take your breath, sweet beast, that is us. That is our blessing. An immeasurable number. Mother Stem and Mother Stream rely on us to sprawl and grow. Though we don't often commune with beasties such as you. Not in this age. Especially not since what happened to Keula. A tragedy, beast. Tragedy most cruel. Keula was fascinated by mortals, by your lives and stories. Unlike most of us, she made herself no secret. And you worshipped her with your short lives. Even built her a house. A temple, you called it. The root found her there. We godlings are not easily unwoven, however. And it slew her not.
But perhaps it would be better if it had. For what remains is no longer the sister I knew. But we hold happy thoughts. Regret only wastes one life with another. Is there something else we can talk about?
By day, a dappled glade of emerald branch and golden leaf, carpeted by downy moss. By night, sweet beast, the trees bewitch the lost and inebriated. Or so it was before this age of extermination. How I long to return to play. This age, for me, holds only decay. Go with the grace of the doe, sweet beast. Might I be of assistance again? Farewell, sweet beast. Yeah.
All right.
Not enough room.
That looks important.
This looks important.
How can this humble musician be of aid? I will do my best to answer. I can do more than tell the Paxultek. There is a song. Of course, I cannot sing it. I am a flautist, after all, not a vocalist. The lyrics, too, are not the same in Paxultek tongue, but Yeisha cares for all her children, kind and wicked alike. To breathe one air, to swim the same stars, all are connected to all. When power calcifies, the blood moon will rise. Inaction serves the powerful. The moon brings forth death, the blood of the oppressed. Balance demands change, or something like that. I have tried to give it some measure of meter, but the wordplay is forever lost in its tongue. May it return again.
A blood moon rises. This can only mean ill for the living. How can this forgotten wound be obeyed? Ask it questions. I offer what truth I have. A sign of change, Baxutak. A sign of death. It graced not the sky when the one of many fell, nor when the Thane wilted, nor when the Ravager first attacked. It must be assumed then that whatever change it heralds is far greater and far worse than all three. I do not believe the Blood Moon cares for the Pan, or for any creature of this world. But I do believe that there at our end, the children of the Red Doe are innocence and naivete. They believe the balance was broken when the Empress first ate the fruit of life. If the balance was ever real to begin with. They're idealistic, unreasonable, foolhardy. And yet, when I look at what our ways have wrought, and how faithfully the children followed the Doe, I find it harder to question their beliefs. I was attacked.
Your timing is fortuitous, Cub. It's been long since I've seen one of your kind. But then, what is time to a god? But you could know. Godhood is mutable. It can be acquired. It can be lost. Tell me, do you think yourself clever, Cub? Let me guess. You're here on a quest. An insolent tongue on this one. I like meat with fight. It tastes so much sweeter. But no matter. It would seem our destinies are entwined. Your timing is fortuitous. Walk with me, Cub. I will explain. The last of your kind left me for dead. That is when they found me and offered me their enlightenment. Blind was I until they opened my eyes. tries to guzzle immortality. But all things die, Cub. Even gods. Theirs is mastery of death. The all that is nothing. And so I offer the choice they offered, Cub. Return to the ash from which we all came. Or break the yoke of balance and become eternal. But the bridge between ego and soul cannot be crossed without paying a toll. Here bleeds the lie. Here mules the old order. Kill it. Kill the dough, and we shall seal our pact. Join me. Kill the dough, and master every part of your transient life to the greater glory of both. Join me. Kill the dough, and master every part of your transient life to the greater glory of both. Join me. Kill the dough, and only the mastery of death lives on. Not for a mere handful of millennia, but indefinitely. For where there is life, there will always be death. The dough is dead. Go forth, Cub, dealer of death. Remember what it takes to profit from the grinding wheels of history. Go forth, Cub, dealer of death. Remember what it takes to profit from the grinding wheels of history. Go forth, Cub. Where there is life, there will always be death.